I'll try to sing a happy song. It won't be happy, though. It's the Magicgatheringstrat show. It's a show about sadness and sad things. Hello, everybody. It's me, Brennan, your sad host. Along with me, as always, is my sad co-host, Sam. The Vault Boy Hunter. Say hello, Sam.
Hello, everybody out there. And hey, Brendan, why don't you share your screen with me?
No, it's too sad.
Please. Thank you, Wall of Ice Cream. We appreciate all of the help getting to 5,000 subscribers. You guys, make it all worth it.
Oh, yeah. It is good. But right now, we're here to rise up and take up arms, folks. We'll get into more of that in a little bit. But Wizards announced some things today that are irritating, to say the least. We'll talk about Standard Pauper, our weeks in review. Maybe get to Classic Pauper, probably not. It's kind of early, and we're very sad.
Yeah, and they're still, I think they're only in like the third round
Right.
now.
That's fine. It's an as we can get to it basis. This week in Standard Pauper, boy, it was a doozy. Not only was PDC Magic down for most of it, and thank you so much, Roberto, for getting me these lists. Without him, I would have nothing. Because PDC Magic is down. Let's see if it's still down. Probably is.
It is. I just checked
I just checked it. It's down. That sucks.
I like to have it up in the background in case we want to look at other decks.
Right. Well, let's take a look at SPDC, the one that happened this past Sunday. What we have at the top is Black Red Aggro by Kakuyasu. Is it Spellfist Hiya by P. Proteus. Green Red Landfall. Wow, already in the top 4 with the Landfall. How awesome is that? Anna Ramotoas. Also, little blue-red tempo. Blue-black grind. That's interesting. I might look at that in a minute. Actually, I don't have that list. Anyway, we'll look at it when we can. Teamer Stompy. Sounds cool. Sultai Grind by Forley. We'll actually look at that one later. And Bama Block by Comics Writer. Apparently a lot of things happened, unfortunately, for SPDC. And led to this result, though. It's pretty cool. Glad we had these stats. But let's take a look at the Black Red Aggro. Here it is, Black Red Aggro. Gurmag Angler, Sultai Emissary, Sultai Scavenger, Vulturous Aven, Undead Servant. Nothing new there, but look at this land. We got one of Mortuary Mire. It's pretty cool. It's a good card. Spells. Sorry, folks, gotta wet my whistle. 3 Fiery Impulse, 4 Dragon Fodder, 4 Read the Bones, 4 Tormenting Voice. That is some card draw. Seriously. And now we have some Bone Splinters. That's a good one. Butcher's Glee and Rakshas's Secret.
Is Undead Servant when it sacrifices, it has like a Gravedigger type effect?
That's the one. I thought Undead Servant was the one that if there's one in the graveyard, you get a zombie token.
Here.
Well, time to look it up, folks. Normally we could just mouse over it on PDC Magic, but we can't. Because it's not up. Undead Servant. Mouse. Yep, that's the one. When Undead Servant enters the battlefield, put a 2/2 black zombie creature token onto the battlefield for each card named Undead Servant in your graveyard. Pseudo replacement effect.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to get the card thing to work in chat, and it's not working, so you beat me. I mean, it's an interesting looking deck. I mean, it's got a nice The emissaries always feel weird to me because I'm not a big fan of manifesting, but it just feels like you're going to miss a lot. It's a really spell-heavy deck, but it looks fun. I mean, so it has that going for it. Any deck with Butcher's Glee, right?
Right. But see, Bone Splitters works so well with the Sultai Emissary.
Yeah, it does, and it works good to fuel the anglers too. And I mean, the Undead Servants as well, so it has lots of good overlap.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Oh, sideboard. Twin Bolt. Such a great card. Duress. Yeah. Rakshasa Secret. Butcher's Glee. Boiling Earth for those pesky tokens. And Touch of the Void. I'm surprised. I'm thinking Touch of the Void will be showing up in more decks later.
And which one is Touch of the Void?
Touch of the Void. That is the Devoid card. Duh. And it is...
Oh, it's
sorcery.
Okay.
Yeah, it deals 3 damage, target creature or player. And if it would die this way, exile it.
Yeah. I like it quite a bit. I'm surprised to see not seeing Grave Birthing. But I guess with Delve basically being 2 creatures at this point, maybe it's just not worth it. But still, I mean, I think overall it looks like a really good Rakdos deck.
Yeah. Does everything you want a Rakdos deck to do. Beat face. Burn down. Love it. Alright, let's take a look at MPDC. Forley won it with Sultai Grind, but that's all I got. That's all the info. But thank you, Roberto, for this info. It was good to have. So let's go over the deck. I'm sorry for everyone else who entered. I don't know who you are, but I'm sure you are a wonderful player. And everything about your epic adventures is lost to history. Alright, let's take a look.
That was really grim, Brennan. You really brought down the mood in the room.
I'm not in a good mood. I got such bad news to talk about later.
It's not a good day. Gosh.
Yeah. Let's look at Sultai Grind. Sultai Emissary, there it's rearing its head again. Volturous Haven. Dutiful Attendant. Sulamgar Butcher. That's the ISAC USAC thing, isn't it?
I'll look it up.
Okay. 4 Blister Pod. Love it. 1 grain for a 1/1. When it dies, you get a 1/1 that you can sack for 1. Nah. See how awesome that is?
Altars Reap It Forever.
Hell yeah. Fetid Imp. It's the Death Toucher.
Sulamgar's Butcher is the 5 casting cost exploit, and when you exploit, it gives target creature -3/-3.
Ah, that's the one.
Yeah.
-3/-3, not the excuse me. Not the sacrifice effect. Eldrazi Sky Spawner, 4 of those. The big flying blue ball sack. Awesome. Eyeless Watcher, it's a 3 and a green for a 1/1 that gives you 2 1/1 Scion tokens. Also, we got here 1 of Swarm Surge. It's another Devoid card, which I'm loving this Devoid mechanic more and more. Creatures you control get +2/+0 till end of turn. Colorless creatures gain first strike. An Anthem effect in black. Well, technically colorless, but we don't often get that.
It does feel weird that it is a black card and not a red card.
Yeah.
Technically. But,
oh, yeah. It'd be especially because of the first strike. I mean, that's got red all over it.
I can't remember black doing a whole lot of first strike recently. It feels, I mean, I guess it's a good one of in the deck, just in case you do get a critical mass of Scions. You can tell it's definitely like plan D or something like that.
Yeah. It's interesting, though. Got 4 bone splitters, because why not with those blister pods and the emissaries? You got plenty of fodder to do that. Also, 4 treasure crews. That'll make Dan happy. 3 altars reap for card draw. It's a beautiful card. 2 ethereal ambush. When have we seen ethereal ambush in any deck? I can't even remember it being in any of the Standard Pauper decks.
I can't remember what it does.
That's the one that you manifest the top 2 cards at instant speed. So basically, it's 3 in a green-blue, and you get 2 2/2s because it manifests.
And how much does it cost? Like 5?
5 mana for 2 instant 2/2s.
I mean, that seems pretty good.
It's not bad, but look what's gone. What 2 creature token producers are gone
Your
now?
places Flurry of Horns.
Uh-huh.
Not quite as strong, but
It's instant. Was Flurry instant? I think it was sorcery.
it was 5, but it was 4 and a red. But they were 2/3s with haste.
With haste, they were.
But the ambush at end of turn isn't bad.
Pseudo haste.
And, I mean, you do have the possibility of flipping up a better creature, like a Sky Spawner or something like that.
Right. Although Sky Spawner wouldn't, I don't think it produces, if you flip it up, it doesn't produce a token. Which kind of sucks.
No, I think it has to come into play. They designed those with that in mind, I think.
Yeah. Alright, well. Interesting inclusion. There's the lands. Man, 1, 2, 3, 4, 16 come into play tap lands. That's crazy.
Do you think there's no aggro in the format?
A lot of the quick heroics are gone.
I mean, a lot of the really quick aggro-y creatures are gone.
It's true.
Roberto, is aggro dead? Let's see what he says. While we talk about the sideboard.
Yep. Alright, 4 of debilitating injury. Takes all the hair off. I say that in my head every time. 2 Sidisi's Faithful. 2 Duress, 2 Dispel. 2 Disdainful Stroke. 1 Aerial Volley, interesting. 1 Fetid Imp. 1 Complete Disregard. I kind of figured that's going to start showing up a lot more.
I mean, it kills every creature over there except for... No, it kills every single creature in the deck.
Yes.
And it gets rid of all the fun triggers.
Let's see. Oh, we're going to have an update from Roberto.
Yeah.
Green-red landfall's doing fine. It's the best aggro deck. But the format is very grindy in general.
So that must be Roberto just rubbing his hands together as being the godfather.
Grind, my little minions, grind. Alright. Well, Sam, without getting too deep into the depressing stuff, what's going on with you this week?
I went to draft my cube tonight, and 1 person showed up, so that completely sucked entirely.
That does suck.
Apparently, my little Magic community around me are a bunch of... I can't tell if people are just not willing to go and do stuff like that, or if it's because the Royals started the World Series tonight.
Oh, well, you live in Kansas, bro.
Well, yeah, but they're such a bad team normally, and I live like 20 minutes away, and we're really a basketball town, so I'm kind of surprised. I would be surprised. But other than that, I'm getting a PlayStation 4 next week, and then the week after that, Fallout 4 comes out, and then the rest of the world's going to disappear, so that really helps make the depressing stuff going on this week less depressing. Because in 2 weeks I'll have Fallout 4.
That's true. We might have to dedicate a segment to Sam's Fallout 4.
And you know what's cool is I could stream it on the channel.
If you want to, yeah, do it.
Yeah, because the PlayStation 4 does Twitch stream built in.
I will give you the password if you stream Fallout on our channel.
I might do that. I'll have to get a headset so I can do commentary and junk. So
yeah, that'd be cool.
Other than that, oh yeah, next Thursday is going to be the first meeting of the Paper Pauper folks. I got 4 other guys and myself. We're going to meet Thursday night for the first time, and I know at least 2 of us are going to be bringing real pauper decks. And nice. I don't know what the other 3 guys are doing, but we decided on paper rarity, online ban list plus Tim to Turak.
Yeah, that makes sense. What about Stinkhole?
Sinkhole?
Yeah.
I'm like, if you want to make people feel really bad about life and you have sinkholes, go ahead and play them.
Wow.
But I think I'm kind of running it because I volunteered, and I'm like, if you have strip mines and Maze of Its and the oddities that were printed on the common sheet and sometimes are considered technically to be commons, we can address that as we play. So
okay. You know what would be cool is if you made your own restricted list. They could have a one of all those weird oddities.
Well, yeah, but I hate restricted lists.
Does it go against your being?
I just don't like one-offs.
I gotcha.
And what would they one-off? A strip mine and a Maze of Ith in the entire deck?
Yeah. Why not?
I don't know. It just feels. I don't know. It just feels like flying in the face of Pauper.
It is.
Really, but I'm trying to think of anything else. No, that's the excitement. PlayStation 4, Fallout 4, playing Pauper next Thursday night. So
interesting. Take pics.
I will.
Pics or it didn't happen.
Pictures. I will take pictures with my crappy phone of awesome Pauper stuff going down. So
love it.
Yep.
All right. Well, Mr. Dan is out this week. His last video in regards to the Red Green Tron is going up on Friday, so you can catch that. That's the finality. What else? Pauper Gauntlet starts in a couple of weeks, so go ahead and everybody start submitting decks for that. There's a video up on the channel on how to do that. But other than that, Dan's doing okay. Wish him all the best. So, let's move on to something more important. Me.
Brennan.
Yes. Announcements. Nothing really. Haven't played anything put together. Saffron Olive's Rally Vampire deck for my daughter to play in Modern. That thing is quite effective.
You didn't put together 32 rhinos or whatever?
Oh God, I'm not paying for that.
Bonkers! It was insane.
Yes, if we go to F&M Standard, she's gonna play the event deck. I put together Bava's Coco Elves standard list, which is hot. Love it. And I'll be playing that. Modern Silver Black, everybody who's in that league. I played my match yesterday. Did pretty good. Went 2-1. So I am now 2-1 in the series.
I'm 0-3 and I dropped.
Aw.
Yeah. I just never found the groove.
That sucks.
That happens. I'm going to enjoy watching the rest of it.
I played a combo deck this week.
You played against a combo deck, or you played?
No, I played a combo deck.
What combo deck, can I ask?
Blistering Rage. Do you see that one?
I don't know Blistering Rage.
Where I have the Taylor Swift Spear.
Right.
And then I play, I don't know, Lightning Bolt. And then I play something else, and she gets bigger and bigger. And then I, play out all my mana with all my rituals. And do for a Teamer Battle Rage. And Smackdown.
It's kind of like Storm.
Yeah. I hit for 24 on turn 3.
Holy God. That's pretty decent.
It's beautiful. When it goes off, it's just the greatest thing ever. But when it doesn't, it is the world's most pathetic deck. I mean, it is nigh useless. So it's an all or nothing, but I won. I was glad.
It feels like combo to me.
Oh, yeah. Because, how did I win? It got down to, I was at 8, he was at 7. No, that was the last match. Oh, and then I just did, for the very last match, all I did was give my dude pro green and got in for 8. That wasn't that big of a deal. But the glorious thing was in game 2, he won game 1. In game 2, it got down to, I had 4 points, and he was still at 18. And then the card off the top was a Manamorphose. So I Manamorphosed into a Manamorphose, into a Manamorphose, into a Manamorphose.
Are you kidding me?
Nope. Into a Teamer Battle Rage.
Okay, come on. You can't stack your deck like that, Brennan. Come on, man.
Dude, it was great. And I put it right on top of my Kiln Fiend and swung in.
Jeez, dude.
It was ridiculous.
That's not right.
Yeah. It's all I wanted to do with that deck, though. Because I was like, the only way I'm getting through is if I get a Manamorphose. Yes! Come on, one more. Yes! It was like my godlike top-decking powers.
And you just used all the rest of them for the rest of your life.
Yep, that was it. I'm done.
But it was worth it.
I should retire. Right now.
Just shut the show down.
Yeah, that's it. We're done. Although, kind of brings us to some sad stuff. Well, first of all, let's talk about our good friend Gwynedd doing a Standard Pauper League. Look at this. Just take a second. $80 in tickets. 24 Battle for Zendikar boosters. All for free. Top 8. Everyone in the top 8. Oh, by the way, there's going to be 2 leagues. The people who make top 8 in the first league can't play in the second league. So your chances are even better. What do you get? Top 8 gets 2 tickets. So 8, 8, and 8, and 8 get 2 tickets. Awesome. That's free. You didn't pay anything to enter. Top 4 gets 4 tickets each and 1 pack of BFZ. The second place gets 8 tickets and 2 packs. First place gets 16 tickets and 4 packs of BFZ. That is nuts. You know who donated the packs? Wizards. Wizards donated those packs to Gwynedd to run this league. That is crazy. Card Hoarder putting up store credit for the tickets.
And then the guy in the picture is Joe Cool, and he donated a bunch of tickets too.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
so in case you didn't know that, that's who that is.
I did not know that. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's very... he plays a lot of the pre-formats, and he's a very cool dude, so it's awesome that he donated.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, so I've signed up. I know, I'm pretty sure Brennan did. I know, I think Dr. Chris did. I would be surprised if Roberto didn't.
Roberto, did you sign up for it?
I would be surprised if he didn't. He'll probably respond at some point. But yeah, I like the double league idea. I like Standard Pauper as a format.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that at the end, the two champions of the two different leagues are going to battle it out for 8 additional packs and bragging rights.
Nice. Oh, it looks like Joe convinced Wizards to give the packs.
Back when I ran the first Silver Black League for the website, I talked to, I can't remember, I went all the way up the chain at Wizards to try to get them to donate prizes to our league.
Yeah.
Because they had just donated like $200 worth of stuff to Blippi.
Right.
But they just stopped writing me back after a certain amount of time. I think I didn't get to Worth. I got to the guy right below him on the chain. And I was like, here's our website. Here's the league we're going to be running. Here's the format. And that was it. They just never responded back. It kind of put me off asking them for price support. So I'm glad Gwen had got to them, though. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so that's very, very cool.
Yep. Very neat indeed.
I like how Card Hoarder is getting more involved because they have good emphasis on their stuff.
Yeah, everybody. Card Hoarder supports our leagues from our channel. They're supporting Gwyned's. Their website is super clean, super easy to use. You go out there, you pick the cards you want, go online. One of their people will say, hey, you want your cards that you just bought? Sure, you take them. But also, they have bots. You just go out there and get the tickets. Or you have tickets, just go out there and use them.
They have an amazing selection of foils. And if you're not a foil nerd, you might not care. But like the other online shops don't carry the foils in quantities that Card Hoarder does. And I'm talking like commons, which are somehow the hardest foils to get. So it's pretty impressive, the stuff that they have. So
weird.
Card Hoarder also sponsors Sunday Pauper Deck Challenge now.
That is very true.
So that's very cool.
Card Hoarder is really active in our fringe formats, and I love it. I try to use them as often as I possibly can. The only times I don't is when I have like 50 cents credit with some rando. I'm just trying to get rid of it.
I have so many rando 50-cent credit bots out there.
I hear you, brother.
And they never get cards I want, so they're just keeping my money.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing I hate the most is when they have a card you want, and it's like $4, 4.1 tickets.
Oh, no, they do that on purpose. Come on.
This is jackasses. So what you're telling me is it's a 5-ticket card, is what you're telling me.
And then you're hoping I forget that you have my other ticket.
Yes. That's irritating.
It is.
Oh well. But on the heels of that, Wizards made an announcement today. As of November 11th, the downtime, the full list of formats removed from Magic Online will be as follows. Block constructed. That shocks me, but I guess they've taken it out of being an actual tournament, which kind of sucks.
They killed Block Constructed in Innistrad. I mean, they just killed it dead. They don't want it anymore, so...
I liked it.
I thought it was a good... It's the purest way of experiencing mechanics in any given set.
Right. I actually played an 8-man in Theros Block Constructed.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. It's awesome.
That would have been
awesome.
A lot of fun, because Theros Block was so singular that would have been a good way of experiencing Theros Block.
It was. Trust me. It was awesome. I loved it. But, nope, not anymore. Number 2 on the list, Standard Pauper.
Unbelievable. I cannot... I'm still, like...
Standard Pauper.
I cannot understand why they would do this.
Getting rid of it. The cheapest, easiest, most accessible format in all of Magic.
With a community with an actual community that cares about it.
Look,
And I can't say that there's a block constructed community out there. I can't say that there's a 100-card singleton or prismatic community out there, but there is a goddamn standard pauper community out there, folks.
There is. It's us. We have a. I've been doing this show for almost 2 years. Started off as the Standard Pauper Show. It's a show about Standard Pauper.
It predates Innistrad, because I know I've heard stories about people playing Standard Pauper during Alara or Shards block, and I don't understand. And then it comes back again to me not understanding 2 away from where we're at. Because, let's face it, 100-card singleton and prismatic probably are fine to go.
Right, and I don't know anybody other than LSV that plays Emperor.
But Legacy Tribal Wars...
That's crazy, too.
It's one of the biggest pre's on Gatherling on any given week.
Mm-hmm.
And we could probably operate Standard Pauper as a community with just the Pauper filter. But Legacy Tribal Wars relies on its filter to actually calculate if you have enough creatures in your deck to be legal.
Yep.
And it will die without the filter. It died the last time they took it away for those, 2 months.
Right, but again, the only problem with us using Pauper is anything that's uncommon now that was...
Oh my god, I hadn't even thought about that.
Yep. Whoa, look at that wall of ice cream. I have 40 tickets into Prismatic and 40 tickets into Legacy Tribal Wars. That sucks, bro.
And I mean, the Legacy Tribal Wars community is strong.
Yeah.
They have fought this off twice already. And I have faith that they're probably going to give it their all to fight it off again. I mean, if you go to hashtag Legacy Tribal right now, or go to hashtag Tribal, there are thousands of posts today. Unfortunately, with our community, we're a little bit quieter. So that's why I said if you want the links that Gwendig sent out to write into Wizards and you want to Twitter message me, I will send it along to you, because it's very concise. He gave some pretty good instructions, such as not cussing or doing poop. So, and then team play and all games with 5 or 6 players.
Right, and two-headed giant. What the F? Why would you get two-headed giant? That is one of the formats that they use for pre-release.
It's a classic format. I think it's isn't it the oldest alternate format ever?
I think so. That and the original EDH. They are, yeah. Two-headed giant was, I believe, the first alt format. Then EDH, way back in the day.
So what they're saying is they don't want the client to have to undergo anything more than 4 players. And they don't want it to have to keep track of team life anymore.
Yep.
So some of this seems
basically
like
Emperor and team go together because it's a team format.
So basically they're saying the last 3 are a stress on the client, and they don't see enough players playing the other 5.
I guess not. Although, wasn't block constructed? I thought that used to be like a GP format.
It was. You used to get like a standard format, a block constructed format, and the block constructed was always the first and the second set. It never waited for the third set because the third set would be limited or something.
Yeah. Yeah, this really sucks. I don't understand why they want to take away our happy fun times.
I don't understand why they feel the need to prune filters off the client that are already set up that probably require almost no maintenance. That all they have to do is code the cards to be commons, and they're going to do that anyway because the client wants to filter by rarity anyway.
Right.
Am I missing something? I'm not a programmer. I don't write code or anything like that. I mean, is there something on the back end that stresses the client to have to keep track of these things?
I don't know enough about how that stuff is programmed. I couldn't tell you. All I can figure is they're looking for anything to prune so that, if nothing else, QA no longer has to deal with it. That's my only theory.
It just, I mean, I don't know. I just don't know. It just makes me feel... It makes me feel like they don't think fringe matters. But a lot of players play Magic online explicitly to play the fringe formats that are not supported at all in paper.
Yep.
And Standard Pauper and Tribal are two of those formats. You're never going to go to a Friday Night Magic and play Tribal. You're never going to go and play Standard Pauper as your format.
Wait. Before you go too far with that.
Okay.
My daughter, when she first got into Magic, like the very first thing I took her to was, well, it was stupid. It was like a legacy night, and that was dumb. But the next thing I took her to was Return to Ravnica pre-release, and she had a great time. While she was there, she met a couple of the ladies that were there, and they had a Lady Planeswalkers event. They had a Lady Planeswalkers Legacy Tribal that met monthly. And she did that with her Slivers deck a lot. That's what got her into that. Into Magic. Whole hog was the Ladies Planeswalkers Tribal Nights.
I mean, that sounds awesome. I'd like to go hang out with Lady Planewalker. Planeswalkers.
Yep.
Did she ever win with her slivers?
What's that?
Did she ever win?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Slivers she did.
Are rough when they get rolling.
Yeah, they're unstoppable. And I let her use my Caverns of Souls.
Ooh, uncounterable slivers.
Yeah. I have no Aether Vials, otherwise she would have been unstoppable.
I have no Aether Vials because at some point I want her to go to college, and
right.
I can't take away from her college fund. Stupid uncommons. Sorry.
What are you going to do?
I mean, I'm going to spend a lot of time in the next few days sending emails to Wizards about not getting rid of at least 2 of these filters. Because it's format killing, and these are not formats that deserve to die. I did go to the feedback website, and it's down for maintenance today.
Oh, really? That's crazy.
So
why would it be down for maintenance? Who could possibly know?
But Gwen had gave some really good email addresses to send stuff to that I won't say over the air, because I don't want randos spamming Wizards employees. That does not feel polite. So.
I have to think of something nice to say.
It will be easier to find Standard and Modern and Commander without these other formats on the list.
That didn't help, Sam. I did not feel better after you said that.
Why don't they have the stupid the thing where you have the green guy Mortimer?
Mormir?
Yeah, why isn't that up here?
I guess Momir is just the greatest thing ever.
Oh, whatever.
I have no idea. I have a Momir thing. Oh yeah, that's what they mentioned that on the website. Hold on. They mentioned... Oh yeah, those looking for a game, Here are currently supported formats for up to 4 players. Standard, Modern, Legacy, Vintage, Planeswalker. Who plays that? Who? Do you know anyone who plays Planeswalker or Plane Chase? I will give you $5 if you can give me the name of someone I can contact and say, hey, do you play Planeswalkers and Plane Chase? And they go, hell yeah, I play Planeswalkers and Plane Chase.
I mean, they're just listing out the money formats. And I'm not saying that Legacy Tribal is cheap. If you read the article on Pure, sometimes $2 deck wins, but obviously...
sometimes $1,000 deck wins.
Yeah. But, like, some of these are fairly inexpensive formats they're getting rid of. Well, one of them is the most inexpensive format of all time that they're getting rid of. And again, it just doesn't make any sense. There's a community... There's 2 communities represented here that don't deserve to die. And that's what really makes me angry, is that I don't care if it represents less than 1% of Magic Online gameplay, because it just feels like it's more effort to remove the filter than it is to still leave it existing.
Right. Yeah, I can see how, because you can still buy the Plane Chase modules, the Momir Basic module. You can actually buy them today on MTGO for cash money.
Hey Brennan, after we get done with the show, let's play some Plane Chase.
How about I punch myself in the face instead?
Okay. I mean, same amount of fun, I think.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I thought that Canadian Highlander used the 100-card singleton format, but they don't. They just basically trust each other and use just a normal vintage format or a vintage label, because they said 100-card singleton doesn't actually do what you think it does. How weird is that?
I don't understand. I'm not familiar with the rules of Canadian Highlander.
Highlander, it's a lot like Commander, except it has no Commander, but you can only have 1 of each non-basic land card in your deck.
So it's a singleton.
Yeah. For 100
What's
cards.
What's the difference between 100-card singleton and Canadian Highlander?
There's some off rules, but you would think that the deck sorting should be, if your deck says it's supposed to have 100 cards, no repeats except for basic land, that if you chose the filter 100-card singleton, it would work. But it doesn't.
I bet it lets in dupes on cards, and that's why they can't use it.
I don't know.
I mean, think about how many cards are on Magic Online at this point. I bet that's what it is.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, Roberto pointed out the Canadian Highlander is 100-card singleton with fancy, useless roll.
They're not useless. There's a reason for them, Roberto. It bans Mind Twist. There's certain banned cards in singleton.
Okay, maybe that's it.
There you go. Yeah, you can use a Black Lotus in Canadian Highlander. But the cool thing about... Whoa, what the hell just happened? My whole screen just went blankety blank. There it is.
Shame that it wasn't Hypnotoad there.
All hell Hypnotoad.
Could use a little Hypnotoad right now.
Alright. Well, that's good to know. I guess there's some different band lists. Another thing some Canadian Highlander decks use is a point system. Like, you can have 12 points.
Yeah,
and
I saw that in a tweet today.
Yeah, like a Lotus is 5 points or something.
I wanted to build a 7-point deck, and I'm like, oh, this is automatically too complicated for me.
Yeah, 7 points. That's it.
Automatically too complicated. I'm still waiting for Heirloom to rotate. to see if some more Planeswalkers fall into it. So I might start playing that on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon. And that's a format with spreadsheets. So,
wow, how nerdy are we? Ooh, I can't wait to play a game that requires spreadsheets.
I mean, we are pretty nerdy, Brandon.
Yeah. If anybody doesn't watch it, you have got to watch Gravity Falls. I know it's on Disney and it's a kids show. It is awesome. It's the people who make it are friends with the people who make Rick and Morty, and they reference each other on a frickin' Disney show.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, I'll have to see if it's on Hulu or somewhere.
It's just go to Disney XD, or just find Disney XD online, and it's out there. But it's amazing. And one of the things they do is they talk about all kinds of nerd stuff, like playing D&D. But there are versions called Dungeons, and More Dungeons. It's like, yes, we have more graph paper. Oh, it's beautiful. It's actually smartly written. No, I wouldn't say it's not. It's not. Don't go looking for the same type of humor. It's on Rick and Morty, but they do a lot more on there than you'd think for a Disney show.
It is on Disney XD. It's not going to be Rick and Morty level.
No, they're not going to be doing lines of Coke on the
I mean,
the living room table.
In Rick's defense, it's Space Coke.
Space Coke, yes.
Oh man.
But the guy who does Morty's voice has a character in Gravity Falls.
Really? That's awesome.
He's a time cop.
The guy who does Rick's voice is Dan Harmon.
Oh, that's Dan Harmon? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he does the voice.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I love that show, by the way. It's one of the greatest shows ever written.
I've watched it 6 times, the entire series. I can't wait until the new one starts.
What? Tell me you didn't get a little choked up at the end of season 2.
I mean, Birdman or Bird Person. He
Spoilers.
Choked me up a little bit.
Spoilers happening. What's that?
Bird Person choked me up a little bit.
Yeah.
But that was it.
I just thought that. I mean, just what Rick does in the end. I was like, oh God, because he knew what was about to happen. Like, he knew what was going to happen to Earth. He knew what was going to happen to his family. But he knew it was the only way out. Ugh. That sucks.
It'll be okay.
Yeah. Anyway, this isn't a Rick and Morty podcast.
Oh God. Okay, if Standard Pauper goes away, Brennan, format shift, man.
I'm right there with you.
Okay, excellent.
I will do a Rick and Morty podcast. My poopy butthole is back. That's gross.
Have you seen the trailer for the Evil Dead series?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it looks amazing. How do they make Bruce Campbell look young again?
Oh no, he actually is in decent shape. But here's the deal with that show.
He was not in good shape when he was on Burn Notice. Let me tell you why.
No, he was fat and old. He said he was getting in shape for Evil Dead, but they kind of make fun of it in the show itself. Here's the thing. This Evil Dead, the people who own the rights to Army of Darkness would not allow them to use Army of Darkness material in the show. Think about what that means. There's no mechanical hand. He can't reference Deadites. Okay.
I think that's fine. I think I have no problem with that, because Army of Darkness always felt like the odd one out, and it was.
But it was awesome.
I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't awesome, but they could do better.
Great Magic the Gathering podcast, guys. You're welcome, Wall of Ice Cream. We're trying to drown our sorrows, and I've had a bit to drink.
and I have not had a good Magic evening or day. It's just been a bad Magic 16 or so hours. It's basically I woke up to the announcement.
Yeah.
So
He sent me an email about it.
and I try to keep my head up. I do try to keep my head up on a daily basis about things that get me down, but I mean, come on, Wizards. What are you doing? What are you
Wizards, this affects me directly, and I don't like it. Well,
and
it is about time.
yeah. Let me go ahead. I'll just pop in real quick. We probably won't actually talk about it just because Classic Pauper Tuesday, 28 players, 26 decks, and they are just now to round 5 or top 8. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to hang out. The decks aren't showing up yet or anything like that. 46% blue, 58% black decks reporting. So, I don't know. This is where you have to come, though, to find real Pauper at this point, because the daily events have went to complete hell. If you haven't noticed on Goldfish, like, there are like 8 players showing up for those events and stuff. They're dead, basically, so...
Oh well, they should have made them.
Good.
Yeah. Didn't happen. Pauper League would be neat.
That's supposed to be after the Modern League.
We shall see.
But they didn't ban Cloud of Fairies. So the grinders are all going to show up with Delver and ruin it.
It's just going to be delicious. Yeah, but then just watch whatever what's his nuts is playing.
Luxicop.
Yeah, and just play that and just beat Delver.
Yeah, because he'll have the one deck that beats Delver, and he'll just run all the way through all the leagues.
Roberto says Pauper dailies have more players than Modern, Legacy, or Vintage.
I think that says more about how they've handled Modern, Legacy, and Vintage than it does about the popularity of Pauper.
Well, we'll save that argument for next time.
Two formats are pretty much dead in the water, and the other one is Modern. So... I have not got to see Blunt talk with Patrick Stewart yet.
Yeah, I want to watch that too.
At some point, I'm sure it'll stream somewhere.
Oh, I have Showtime. I just haven't watched it yet.
Wait, it's on Showtime?
Yeah.
Oh, I have Showtime through Hulu. I bet they have it up.
Yes, they do, brother. Get out there and watch it.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. I really like Patrick Stewart now that he's become funny.
Yeah. I think he's always been funny, but just now he gets to show it.
I mean, he's always going to be Jean-Luc Picard to me in my heart forever.
Yeah. Well, anyway, if you like what you heard here on our non-magic related podcast,
15 minutes or so. Sorry about that, guys.
go to YouTube. Or actually, let's go to the website, Magicgatheringstrat.com. We do some stuff there. We try to keep you updated. YouTube is the better channel. Go to youtube.com/magicgatheringstrat. That's where the action is.
Especially here. I mean, starting, 2 weeks? Dan, Season 3, Pauper Gauntlet, 1 million videos an hour, I imagine. So, get ready.
At least 1 million. Oh, yeah. Magic Gathering Strat 2 will be flooded.
Yeah. It's going to be crazy.
It will be. Patreon.com/magicgatheringstrat. I know there's going to be a lot of talk in the next few days about YouTube Red. But if you really want to support people that you like, Patreon.com. Ours is Magic Gathering Strat. There are other people's. If you like artists who produce content, I know it's... I did air quotes, I promise, around the word artist. Go to patreon.com. That's really the way. Watching ads is good, but seriously, YouTube pays us in pennies. Actual cents. I don't even know if we rarely break into the $1 range. Just throwing that out there. Twitter, at Magicgatheringstrat. If you want to follow me, at Cerulean Says Hi. Sam is SPO7677. Dan is at Dan Horning. Facebook.com/MagicGatheringstrat, where a lot of stuff gets updated as well. Please like and subscribe. It does help us out. So, for this week on the show, I am Brennan.
I'm Sam.
And this has been the Magic Gathering Strat Show.